don't think anyone should not be on social media. I think everyone should be on social media at this point, especially if you're serious about getting to the next level, not only in your business, not only in real estate, but also like personally. Just having that social media presence is going to open a lot of doors when done properly. Review the two different models that I use, not only for real estate, but also for running an active business. This is actually the same model that I've used for building my social media. And then the acquisitions funnel is something new that I've been learning. It's actually based off of, I don't know if you guys know Dan Pena, but he coaches this for finding businesses. We learned this at Miami. I've been implementing it. And essentially, I want to kind of show you how this can be implemented into real estate investing. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to share my screen. Then I'm going to hit the record button. So we have this. Go my whiteboard. Okay. Let's hit the record button. Oops. What the heck is going on? There you go. Awesome. Cool. So your funnel for marketing. Goal of marketing is to get leads to come in, and then we want to nurture those leads. We want to retain those leads after we have converted those leads. So for some of you guys, maybe these leads mean getting money partners. Maybe these leads mean getting properties that you can put under contract, or maybe these leads could mean just finding other business partners or customers, right? I use all of those leads and I seek all those leads, and essentially it's going to help you with buyers, JVs, exactly, Ben, right? You need leads because without leads, your business is essentially dying, right? Two funnels we have here. First one that I mentioned from last week is our organic funnel. And then we have our acquisitions funnel. Okay. Now, in the beginning, we want what's called lead gen or lead generation. Okay. That's step one. I'm going to show the differences a little bit, but I kind of wanted to show,
hey, if you want to see more content and even get an inside scoop of what I've been thinking, I put that all on Twitter. It's like my mental notes where I can pass more insights. You can get a sneak peek on what I've been working on. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at Patrick J. Hilario, and I'll see you there.
Then we have our lead conversion. And then finally, we have our lead retention. Oops. So on the organic funnel side, this is where you're going to want to set up an Instagram. You want to set up some form of social media. Okay. I don't think anyone should not be on social media. I think everyone should be on social media at this point, especially if you're serious about getting to the next level, not only in your business, not only in real estate, but also like personally. Just having that social media presence is going to open a lot of doors when done properly. So your lead generation on organic funnel is going to be done with in-person networking plus IG CTA. Okay. So ones that don't know, a CTA is a call to action. What's the call to action? Hey, let's switch Instagrams real quick. Let's get you in there on my Instagram, right? I always grab people's Instagrams. Okay. I just add them on my Instagram. Whether they decide to follow me back or not is irrelevant. Usually they do anyway. And if they don't, that's okay. At least I have them on Instagram. I could always reach out. But usually people are pretty receptive if if you add them on Instagram, they'll probably add you back on Instagram. So in the organic funnel, our lead generation is meeting people in person and then getting the conversation going so that you can actually add them on Instagram. Okay. You want to basically collect Instagrams organically through meeting people in person, right? If I go out, I'm closing at least 15 Instagrams a night. That's like literally my goal. I'm chatting people up. I'm seeing if there's a connection. Cool. Is there some synergy? Awesome. Let's trade Instagrams. Next. Okay. That's your lead generation, which means you'll probably have to like go out, and we'll talk about the benefits and the cons of the organic and the acquisitions funnel. But first part is we got to generate the lead. Part of that with the organic funnel is meeting people in real life, getting their Instagrams. Why do I like Instagram? Because you can have that as an extension of your personality, right? You can document things. You can show people the fun things that you're doing. You can show people what you're learning, especially for everyone here in real estate. Anything that we train you to do, you can share that. The only time I'm going to ask that you don't share things that we talk about in these training calls, whether that's in person or even the Zoom calls like this, is like, I'll straight up tell you like, hey, don't share this. This is going to be proprietary knowledge, proprietary info with Alliance Real Estate. Otherwise, if I don't mention that, everything is fair game. You can share all the things you're learning. And that's really going to show people that, hey, you're in real estate or you're in this business. These are the things that you're into. But once they're in your Instagram, then we want to have that lead nurturing. Now, what does that lead nurturing look like? That's essentially going to be Instagram stories plus call to action. And that's going to be to an event / a meeting. Could be an online meeting, could be to getting them into one of our events. Maybe you're throwing an event, but you want to be posting on Instagram stories because that's where you'll have the call to action. You see me do this all the time. DM the word coach if you're interested in learning more. They DM me that. Now, I have it set up where I actually have a bot or lead generators, or sometimes even I still answer my own DMs. And I'm asking them questions. I'm getting them to get into what's called a call to action, where that's leading them to an online meeting on Zoom. If I want to meet this person in real life, then I'll set that up. But mostly I'm trying to get them into an event such as this. Like this is where, like I posted just before this, I posted a call to action. I set up the post, I put into my Instagram stories, I set up the call to action, and now there's a link in my bio that brings them right into here. So some of you guys, I know Menard's here, we got Ren's here, we got Yulia here. You guys probably clicked the link in my bio, right? You would not have done that if there had not been a call to action, right? Exactly. Ben mentions you can add them to your buyers list, but you want to add them somewhere. You want to get them from, you just generate the lead, then you're going to get them into, now you're nurturing them. They're a little bit more invested, and now they're starting to learn, where now you can have a little bit more of a connection with them. Yeah, Yulia mentions, right, I just watched her live on IG. Exactly, right? I don't even think I've met Yulia.
Before we get started, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. It really does help with the algorithm, and I love and appreciate you guys all.
In person, maybe I have. I didn't even get to check your Instagram just yet. I was too busy talking on that live stream. But in the stories, that's where you do the CTA, right? You'll see me do CTAs and call to actions and reels and posts as well, but it is really in your stories that you can quickly throw those CTAs, right? Call to actions, get them to do something, sign up for a email list, click the link in your bio, DM me a specific word, right? But get them to have very specific actions they can take and call them to take that action so that, again, you want to make this very simple for people, right? If you just say DM me, you might think that's simple enough, but then now the other person has to think about, okay, what do I DM them? I don't know, maybe I'm shy. I don't know what to ask. I don't know what to say. Whereas like I'll tell people, DM me the word coach, DM me the word blueprint, DM me the word abundance, DM me the word let's get started, right? Whatever it is. But now you're going from, okay, you've generated the lead, you got them their Instagram. Now they're on your Instagram, they're getting to know you a little bit, they're seeing what you're into, they're seeing your personality, they see the story, they click the link, and now you're setting them up to go to an event, to go to a meeting, end up on a Zoom call, get onto your email list, whatever it is. Next, we're going to want to do a lead conversion. Okay, what does that lead conversion look like? This is where you have the meeting, let's say, or the event, and then you're doing a CTA towards being, let's say, a client, money partner for the ones that are raising money, JV partner, maybe they're going to become a buyer or a seller, but they're essentially, we're getting them to become a client of yours, right? I like to do these meetings, whether that's over Zoom, whether that's at our live events, right? Like here at Alliance Real Estate, we're doing a live event at the Winnipeg Humane Society. That's on Saturday, right? It's gonna be this Saturday. There'll be a ton of value there. And once you get them to the event, again, you want to give people the opportunity to invest, okay? It's hard to convert people to becoming a client, a money partner, a JV partner, a buyer, a seller, a student, a client if you're running a business or an investor. It's hard to convert them if they're not in, let's say, a room with you, whether it's a digital room like this, or if it's even a room physically at a live event, right? Once you're meeting them, yeah, bank meetings too, exactly, Ben. By setting up that lead conversion, you want to know exactly what you're trying to do, right? Now, if you're in the real estate coaching program, you know that I go through a full-on sales call, essentially. Could be a sales call for people who want to be students, could be essentially a sales call for money partners, for sellers, for buyers, whatever it is. But I'm going through that, and it all starts with discovery. I want to know, okay, where they're at. This is where I actually start asking a little bit more logical questions. When it comes to the organic funnel, a lot of it is just sharing your personality, but being fun and interesting, right? Yeah, I post, stuff about real estate. Yeah, it's about business, but I'm also kind of trying to show you guys that I'm a regular person. I do fun things. I can be an idiot at times. And a lot of, let's say, my smarter clients have a hard time with this, in that you can actually attract more clients, more money partners, if it's not too much like business and transactional. You kind of want to show them that you can just be a regular person, and you'd be surprised how well that converts, right? Because people have a guard up when it's too transactional. If you're just always wearing a suit, if you're always trying to be too professional, but you're showing them, hey, here's some things you're interested in, show them that you can have a good time. And that kind of breaks down that upfront resistance where like people don't want to be sold, right? I was talking this a little bit earlier, but instead of being sold, people want to have buying conversations with people they trust, people they like. If you're someone who's just showing them you have a fun life, you're doing cool things, you're just an overall good and fun person, it makes that client and lead conversion a lot smoother, right? Now, the balance is you want to also be an authority where you're offering education and entertainment, but also showing that you're a regular person, right? I train all the students on like the marketing that we do for this, what kind of posts to make, how often to make more like real estate content versus what I like to call slice of life content, where you're just kind of showing a little bit of a background of what you do for fun, a little bit of your life. But that's all going to help you go from lead gen, lead nurturing, and lead conversion. Lead retention now is the last part. Let's say, hey, maybe someone signs up to be your money partner. Someone signs up to be a client of yours. It's not the end, right? We want to make sure that we retain these people, right? This is a big reason where I'll do, this could be in the form of newsletters. This can be in the form of what's called container events times infinity. Okay. But it's something that's pretty regular, right? I send my newsletters once a week to my students, right? That's part of my lead retention. I want my students to know that I'm always there for them. I didn't just close you and then that's it, like I'm gone. That's not the goal. The goal is to show money partners, JV partners, students, clients that you're always, again, top of mind and you're constantly offering them value, offering them the ability to invest, right? And I mean that in two ways. Not only invest money, but also invest in time, resources, and the shared vision, right? I'm a big believer in the importance of accountability. That's why with my real estate coaching students, all you guys get that Saturday accountability newsletter, right? Ton of value in there. It's like 16, what is it? It's like 16 pages long sometimes. Ton of value in there. We're giving you content on being a high performer, giving you content on your personal finances, your business finances, real estate, giving you even content around like time management, management of energy, management of your relationships, both business and personal. And these are all things that I'm just sharing to make sure that I'm retaining my money partners, retaining my students, retaining and making sure that these people are constantly getting value, right? Now, part of that is also giving them an opportunity to invest. In the newsletter, for example, I give 10 questions that I call the 10 accountability questions that I usually answer before the next week. I got a couple of you guys sending them in already, so that's pretty awesome.
Hey, do you want to get my free ebook, How to Never Be Broke Again? I've given this out completely for free, so DM me the word ebook, one word, ebook, and I will send you that for free. You guys are awesome, and thanks so much for the continued support.
To read a couple of them. We'll probably be answering that and replying to those by tomorrow, if not Thursday morning, the latest. And the reason I ask the accountability, it does two things. One, it gets the students to have skin in the game. By you spending time answering those accountability questions, that is a way that you're investing not only in yourself, but also back into me, right? The other reason I do that is because it helps them become a better coach, helps them become a better teacher. I get a quick glance of what you're dealing with. How can I help you get to the next level? And it's something that I wish schools did a little bit more often, and that having that check-in all the time to make sure, okay, how do I guide the students based on their personal situations? Right now, public school is a little bit different. There's a little bit less buy-in, let's say, because like students aren't paying for that. But it's a way that I'm basically asking for a little bit of upfront investment so I can give back more to these students. The other way for an organic funnel is a container event. All right. So newsletter, giving that little bit of value pretty consistently. But the other way is to do a container event. At Alliance Real Estate, we do container events every single month to infinity. We're going to keep doing that. And at these events, that's like the Alliance networking nights and the Alliance community event. So like this week, we have the Alliance community event. We're going to go Humane Society, we do a little bit of volunteering together, and then we're going to be able to like play with the pets that are there, right? And then after, we're going to go check out, do some networking at a brewery. Hopefully, we can even do like a brewery type of like walkthrough, kind of see that. If you haven't got tickets for that, make sure that you go on Eventbrite or check out the Alliance Real Estate Instagram page. click that and then get your ticket. I think there's tickets still open. It's completely free, right? That container event now gets people who are in the same mindset, people that now you can take care of all the people at the same time. Why not have a container event for all your money partners? They can kind of get to know each other. You can chat with them and you can show them that, again, their investment is them showing up. Some people will charge for container events. We'll talk about that in acquisitions funnel after, but for us, we do them for free. One, because it allows us to connect with our students. It allows us to bring in new people, right? And then, you can even go back. Maybe you didn't convert them fully, but you can invite them to that container event, and then you can have that chat with them there, right? And this is something you just continually do. Questions, comments, critiques, or concerns on the organic funnel, or even in general, lead gen, lead nurturing, lead conversion, and lead retention. Cool. Now, let's talk about a little bit of some problems with the organic funnel. One issue is that, top of your funnel does require in-person networking, meaning you actually have to go out and meet people, okay? Get their Instagrams. That's great. The issue with that is difficult to scale, right? You can only go out so many times a week. I coach my high performance students, and the ones that struggle with communication skills, and that's actually why we're doing a live communication training on June 9th, is that the organic lead funnel is difficult if you have a hard time meeting new people, right? When I went to go train in Miami, they even coached us entrepreneurs that we should still be going out, 1 to 2 times a week, just to meet people, look at things that are kind of cool in the city we're in, do a little exploring, and just get out of the house, right? There's a big push of working at home. There's like grinding it out on a laptop. I've done that. I spent most of today just grinding it on a laptop, but there has to come a time where you go out and just meet new people. The world is your opportunity to generate more leads and connect with more people. Whether you use the organic funnel or the acquisitions funnel, you'll realize that the more conversations you have means you'll lead to have more conversions, right? So if we want to scale this, if we don't want to just be stuck doing organic lead generation, which again is difficult to scale, we want to do what's called the acquisitions funnel. Similar general steps, they're just a little bit different now. So for the acquisitions funnel, our lead gen is going to be called finding and connecting with lead pools. Okay, now what's a lead pool? Instead of you going one by one or group per group meeting new people, in an acquisitions funnel, you're going to connect with one person who has access to a bunch of other people. That's a lead pool. Who are these people? These are people who already have built-in social circles. What you want to focus on is finding the social circles that contain your ideal client avatar. So it goes back to knowing, okay, who am I trying to connect with? Are you trying to connect with private buyers? Are you trying to connect with private sellers? Are you trying to connect with money partners? Are you trying to connect with clients? Who's your ideal client, right? I actually spend time to take notes on every single meeting I take, every single person, and I build profiles on everyone. I have about, I think now it's around 89 pages of every single person I've ever had a meeting with, right? And I know exactly what their age is. I know what they're interested in, what are their pain points, what are they struggling with as investors or aspiring investors. And you almost want to know who these people are and what their problems are in both real estate or if you're running a business better than they do. You want to be able to know what their problems are better than they do. So that's how you're going to help, right? Your ability to make money and your ability to get to the next level is going to be highly correlated and related to your ability to understand other people's problems and then solve those problems. The next step above that is getting to know who are the people that are connected to your ideal client avatar. Who are these lead pools? Give you guys sort of a specific example so it's less abstract. Let's say you're driving around the city and you see, hey, we buy houses for cash. Those signs are from wholesalers. Those wholesalers have most likely, if they're a professional, already built an email list. Instead of you organically building an email list, adding people one by one, meeting them, going through like getting their Instagram, call to action with the stories, getting on a meeting, setting up a lead retention system with container events, and then building it that way, one by one, which is pretty unscalable and it's slow. You could just call these wholesaling numbers, connect with that wholesaler, and then say, hey, I'm not really looking to sell my house, but I'm a real estate buyer. Then you can get to know what this person, it's like, hey, you can set up a coffee meeting. I love the coffee meeting because it's a little bit low investment, right? And then you can actually sit down with these people and get to know, okay, who are the people on your buyers list? If I find you leads, let's go meet together. I'll send you a lead and then, hey, let me borrow your lead pool. Let me borrow your email list and we can kind of split the fee, right? Now, instead of you having to sniper approach and build your own email list, what you could do is you connect with a bunch of people who have their own email lists, and then now you can split the fees. Now you might be thinking, why would I split the fee? Well, you're bringing a deal, but they're bringing all the buyers, right? Those are the people that you get into your lead pool. Now, for your lead nurturing, you want to get those people with the lead pools, and then you want to do what's called, and again, it's a little bit similar, but it's a free container event. I want to highlight free there because you're going to get these people with these lead pools to invite people into your next container event. Okay. This could also be applied to business, right? If you know, let's say, like I've been working with Pineapple Mortgages, right? They are a mortgage company in Winnipeg, pretty new, but they're essentially a lead pool. They have clients already. Those clients are interested in real estate. They invited me out to do a little bit of a seminar on real estate investing. So they actually set up the container event. I just had to show up. I didn't have to sell any tickets. I didn't have to build an email list for this. They did all that because they're the lead pool. And then now for the lead nurturing, I show up to the free event and I give them a bunch of free value. Now, if you're thinking about, okay, how do I build and give value to these people if I'm still new? 2 easy ways. Have fun. People love to have fun. Give education, or just be real. Like being authentic is actually super valuable because a lot of folks, especially in the social media world, are like faking it till they make it. If you can be that fresh of breath air where you're just like, hey, you're just a cool person, you can kind of be super fun and authentic to who you are, that actually offers a lot of value, right? Now you want to balance that out with actually giving them a little bit of value towards, let's say, education or entertainment. But hey, find out what your strengths are, and then that's how you're basically nurturing these people, because now your lead generators, your lead pools are giving you access to all these people, and all you got to do now is essentially connect with them. And then you can even double dip in this, in that you get their in-person, that's where you do the in-person networking, and that's essentially where you can kind of connect with the Instagram and CTAs. It's like they kind of bleed together. right? Cool. So you get them at a free container event. What you're going to do now is, as you're at this container event, then you want to do lead conversion. And this is where it's the same. This is where you want to set up a meeting, set up an event that's more, now the event's going to be more exclusive. This is where you're going to filter a lot. Exclusive. You want to filter out, because not everyone in that lead pool is going to be an ideal client avatar, right? Benjamin asks, examples of real estate investing lead pools. Good question. So think about all your real estate investing professionals. Those are all going to be people who have access to lead pools. Realtors have their list of buyers and sellers. Mortgage brokers have their list of people that are trying to get financing, or even aspiring real estate investors. Banking events, people that are bankers, kind of connect to that. Lawyers as well might be lead pools. You can even think creative, like just people with large social circles. People with a lot of friends are great lead pools just because they know a lot of people, right? Again, this is a big reason why I connect with photographers, videographers, people that are in the social media marketing space. Maybe they know quite a few people that are interested in this, right? Bartenders are great. One of my great friends, David Duong, great guy. He's done my financial abundance. Well, it was the financial intelligence coaching before, but he's just a popular dude. He's just fun to be around, knows a lot of people. And whenever I see him out, whether I go to, like, I think it's Obsidian is the place in Winnipeg, he's saying, what's up? We're hanging out a little bit. And he's always introducing me to new people. That is a lead pool, right? Then once you're at that free container event, you're at the lead nurture. Your lead conversion is just, you're setting up meetings with these people. Once you get introduced to these lead pools, you want to start filtering out who's your actual client avatar. Who are the people that you can actually help out that fit? Maybe they're buyers, maybe they're sellers, maybe they're potential money partners, maybe they're potential clients. And now you're getting them into an event with you, into a meeting, whether that's Zoom meetings. Maybe you're having that strategy session. Maybe you're asking, okay, what is their obstacles in getting into real estate? And then maybe that's how you find money partners. Essentially, you're just trying to make sure that you get into an exclusive event with them. You can even create your own container event from the free container event that you started or that you got invited to, right? From there, be like, hey, you're super cool. I'd love to set up, like, I'm doing this like dinner that I'm doing with. The key to container events, free usually, is that you want something that is low investment. So a dinner is probably not the best example. That's more of like an exclusive event. But for the free container events, you want something that is low investment, that you're doing anyway, and that they could easily leave, right? For the ones that still party, like you could throw a small party and then get people to kind of show up, be like, hey, I'm having this party anyway. Love to kind of chat. Let's meet there. That'd be cool. You can even bring like a friend or something, and then they show up. They can show up for 5 minutes. They can show up for half an hour, but it's low investment. They show up and they can always leave, right? I'll throw a party maybe like once every 3 months. I don't really drink or anything, but it's a way for me to, again, set up the lead conversion, right? Again, you're just offering fun. It's low investment. They can show up. They can not show up. There's no pressure. It's not like it's like a date or like a fancy dinner or anything, right? The lead conversion on the acquisitions funnel side, you almost want to set up to be a little bit more exclusive, especially after the free container event, because not everyone at the free container event is actually going to be your ideal client avatar, right? You want to kind of filter them out, be like, hey, cool. These people actually want to get into real estate. Maybe they could be a money partner. Maybe they're a buyer or seller, and then set up that meeting, that exclusive part. Lead retention is, for real estate specifically, is getting them on your list. Get them on your list. And then another option is like, combine with organic funnel. Once they're on your list, then you can kind of send them those emails, you can send them deals, you can connect with them, maybe they'll even already be a money partner, maybe you've closed them on step 3, and then now they're part of your ecosystem, and then you kind of just rinse and repeat, right? The nice thing about the acquisitions funnel is that you can scale this very quickly. You connect with a couple people that know a lot of people, and now you have all these connections instead of one by one organic closing people into your Instagram. I like to combine both of these, right? Questions, comments, critiques, or concerns? Cool. Something to test out. So with testing this out, acquisitions funnel takes a little bit more work, right? Especially because you're trying to like really pinpoint who are these people that know people. A big question I always ask myself is, who are the people that know the people that I want to reach, right? Who are the people that know people that are interested in real estate? Who are the people that know people that are interested in money partnering? Who are the people that know people that are interested in buying deals? Who are the people that know people that are interested in selling deals? It's all questions you can keep asking yourself in the acquisitions funnel. And I almost make a living document of this. Meaning, once I have these questions, I'm answering them, putting them on a Google Docs, and this allows me to keep brainstorming. And I almost have like a checklist of who I'm reaching out to. To really simplify it, it's just connecting with people that are popular, right? That know a lot of people, have large social circles, and also connecting with people that have access to the people that you want to connect with, right? Now, if you just contact people with large social circles, like that's awesome. You're going to make a lot of connections, but they might not be the most qualified folks, right? I can connect with people that are, in university. They're going to know a lot of people, especially if they're, fairly popular, but they're not going to be the people that necessarily have a ton of cash to invest. And they're not going to be necessarily the people who have like, the buying power to become one of my students. Now, I do have quite a few university students and people that are still in that college university level. But for the most part, these are people that already have, let's say, invested in their own financial literacy. So for me, it's really connecting with, that younger generation of people that are financially literate, because most likely a big key piece of financial literacy is you want to surround yourself with people that bring you to the next level. So I know if I connect with a younger person that's already interested in financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and real estate, most likely they're surrounding themselves with people that are the same. So that means they already have a certain lead pool, right? Acquisitions funnel can be paid to play depending who you're dealing with, in the sense that, maybe you get invited to a free container event, maybe you throw up a free container event, but once your events get a little bit more exclusive or you're setting up meetings, like there's cost to that, right? Like I pay like $250 a year for Zoom to be able to just record past 45 minutes. I pay a certain amount of money to, travel and connect with other people around the country, and then even in different countries. I go to a lot of networking events. A lot of that is like, pay to play. Like I just went to Vegas with Coach Ilya and we connected with a bunch of people in that room. It wasn't a free container event, but that was essentially a lead pool and an exclusive event, right? Everyone there had paid at least $500 to $1,000 USD. So it's a little bit more, I know those people have a little bit more buying power and I'm getting those connections that way, right? Versus the organic funnel is just a lot of in-person networking. Got to master that smoothness of asking for an Instagram, being able to be on point on your Instagram, document what's going on, having like, decent photos, decent content, and just showing, hey, you're living like, a fun, interesting life while giving a Instagram stories call to action, getting them into that lead conversion where you actually have a meeting or a call with them, and then getting them into a container event to infinity. Okay. Cool. So little bit of a sneak peek of what we coach students. Ben says network is a net worth. Exactly, right? Like even getting tapped into our Alliance Real Estate Coaching Program, you get access to all the students, all the other coaches, all the investors, all the contractors that are in there. And essentially you have like a lead pool already kind of set up for you, right? We set up the container events every single month. So that's something you don't even have to handle if you're one of our students, right? You always get tickets to these. You can show up, it's completely free. And now you can connect with people that are a little bit more qualified and that you know are interested in the real estate investing side, right? That goes pretty far. Okay. So the ones that kind of came in, if you guys are interested, we do have kind of a special offer today. Usually we charge, like it's like $10,000 to $12,000 for a whole year of coaching. If you guys are interested in just doing, even just like if it's an intro session, you can do 4 weeks. Usually I charge about $2,500 for those just 4 weeks coaching.
Hey, if you're interested in learning how we can work together, whether it be in real estate or hey, maybe you want to get some mentoring, make sure you connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search me up, Patrick J. Hilario, and I'd love to connect with you on a professional basis on LinkedIn.
Send me a DM on Instagram if you're interested in that. We can do a month, $1,000. You can do basically 2 sessions, one-on-one, and you get access to these calls weekly, right? A ton of value in there. For some of the students that are in the program, hope you guys get a ton of value with these weekly calls. Part of what I do as a president and principal at Alliance Real Estate is that I'm always pouring back into our coaches, always pouring back into myself, and of course, always pouring back into you students, right? So I'm always learning new stuff. I'm always trying to seek what I like to call data sets, new information to help you guys get to the next level, because I'm committed to getting to the next level as well, right? So if you guys are interested, trying it out, testing it out, you don't have to pay the full, $10,000 to $12,000 depending what program you do. You can do a trial run. It's $1,000. You get 2 sessions, one-on-one with me. That's really the customized sessions where I really break down, okay, where you're at, what are your goals, how do we reverse engineer that? You get access to weekly accountability emails, like I mentioned. You get access to the private group that we have. You get access to these weekly calls. And then, of course, you get access to the one-on-one calls with myself where we really dive deep into that. So yeah, getting rentals or flipping is something that you're interested in wholesaling as well. I usually delegate a lot of that wholesaling side to the other coaches. I've done a few wholesales myself, but I do a lot of what I like to call full wholesaling, where I'll actually split a fee with someone, mostly because I like to really do the burst strategy. That's what I specialize in. But yeah, that's like, I think the ones there is like Matt, Minar, Yulia, you guys are new. What's advice you have if we aren't able to 30 days financially? If you're not able to do 30 days financially, we do payment plans, man. Like, yeah, it's a great question, Matt. So if you wanted to do like, you just pay $500, we'll do the 2 weeks even, get you access to that, get you started, give you a little bit of homework. I give all my students homework, so you actually take action on that. We can break that up for you for sure. Well, again, I want to make this that what we teach is also the financial literacy side. And, the last thing we want to do is get you in a position where you're struggling a little bit financially. I do a big first call on the financial literacy side of making sure, okay, how do we optimize your budget? How can we actually set it up so that you can do deals, or at least start getting into that position where, hey, we set you up to do those deals. And what's nice is if you end up doing one of the smaller packages, that counts as essentially a credit towards all the larger packages, right? Right now we're doing essentially the lifetime coaching for 12.5. Sometimes it goes on promo. But I can't do that forever. So probably sometime during this year, it's going to change to like 1-year annual packages. So if you want to get into the lifetime access into the group, I'd say do that sooner than later. But again, Matt, if you're interested and you kind of just want to figure out like a payment plan, I'm super flexible, and I want to make sure it does make sense for you, right? Because like when I started, I actually borrowed like $4,000 to start with my coaching. And for me, I'm the type of person that I got to put leverage on myself to do that. I'm not saying you could do that. If money's really tight, then hey, let's figure out whether it's like a $500 deposit, then just do the next sessions after. But the goal here is to get you started and then know, okay, what should you be focusing on at this point in your journey? Maybe it's the financial literacy side, setting you up for the next and first real estate deal. Maybe some of you already experienced and it's all about scaling. Like how can we optimize your time management? How do we optimize your business systems? I know some of the people here are a little bit more advanced. So if you're already done a couple deals and it's really just, hey, let's start focusing on building the business around your life, not your life around the business. That's something we help with as well. And then again, it's all customized packages. So yeah, good question there. Benjamin, from experience, I can say it's well worth as I move into Flip and Househack in 2023. Yeah, I mean, I've been working with Ben for a while there, and like, yeah, he's gotten a ton of value out of this. Couldn't do it without these coachings, Patrick. Yeah, and a big piece there is that like we do offer the Q&A. You can always ask live in these sessions, but also like we have a chat that's like on 24/7. You ask questions in there. If you need connections, if you need to contact different contractors or wherever you're at, brokers, realtors, we all set that up for you and they're all vetted by the Alliance team. So ton of value there. And then again, if it's a question of like finances, send me a message. We can jump on a call or something to figure it out. Yeah, cool. Other questions, comments, critiques, or concerns? A little bit of homework this week is to practice and implement a little bit of the organic funnel and the acquisitions funnel there. I'd probably pick one and then keep doing that for 2 weeks. Come back maybe next week. You have some questions for the ones in the group, let me know, and then we can kind of adjust that. I like to hear how you guys really test this out because one, it helps me learn as well. Like, okay, cool, I didn't think about that. Or maybe we'll run into like snags that we kind of troubleshoot together. If you decide to do the acquisitions funnel, awesome. Like test it out. Pick one of them at least, and then try testing them out. Again, if you're someone who is, a little bit more shy, maybe it's hard for you guys to believe, but I used to be super introverted. I used to have massive social anxiety to the point where if I missed my bus stop, I would like think everyone was judging me and like kind of like freak out. My hands would get all sweaty. I'm just like, oh God, like everyone thinks I'm an idiot, and then I would just like wait 3 bus stops before getting off. And I've worked through that, right? So that's why I'm a big believer in the communication side of business and real estate and how it does affect their personal lives too. So I'm actually throwing a training on June 9th that's in person in Winnipeg. I'm only taking 14 students on that. If you're already a Alliance student and you want to like, get to that next level in your communication, it's going to be live training. We're going to do theory. We're also going to do live exercises. That's really going to put your comfort zone. My goal is to really stretch your communication skills. I'm going to get you doing things and communicating in a way that you might not have never done. But as we stretch you out over that day, then when you go back to your normal life, you're going to be able to have more of a range when you're communicating. That's going to help not only with real estate, not only with running your business, but also in your personal life. And then what I think is going to be super valuable is we're actually be going out in field, where we'll actually be talking to people, communicating in real life. And I'm going to be there with one of my other coaches. We're going to be watching you, giving you live feedback, giving you live adjustments, and making sure that, hey, if you can communicate effectively in field, we want to make sure that translates into maybe your Zoom calls, maybe your business meetings in person, and then of course, when you're going out and doing your container events, going to container events, networking events, and then all of that jazz. Well, cool. So yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know. For the ones that aren't in Alliance just yet. If you guys are already in Alliance, then that session is essentially 50% off. So more info on that. It's not till June 9th. So yeah, a little bit of a communication training there. Cool. Any final questions, comments, critiques, or concerns? We'll check Facebook just in case. I haven't checked that in a while, actually. Let's see here. Hey, no questions there. Awesome. Hope you guys got a ton of value. Cool. Awesome. Good stuff, Matt. Love to see you in the program if you're interested. Let me know. I can send you like a link there. Just message me online there on Instagram. Awesome. I'll see everyone next week. Thank you so much to everyone who joined that wasn't in Alliance just yet. Again, my DMs are always open, help you guys out. If you want to chat more, or if you want to do even a free strategy session, I will send a link here. Actually, let's do that right now. If you guys are interested in chatting, kind of seeing how we can help and if we can help, let's send that in the link here. Put that in a chat real quick. That way we can kind of, I always like personalize the sessions there, personalize the programs, just because I know everyone's at different places in their lives. And then, you know, some people it's just, hey, let's build up that financial literacy. Let's deal with a little bit of the limiting beliefs and get you into that financial abundance. For some of you, it's just going right into real estate. Let's get that first deal. For some of more of the high level real estate investors in this group, maybe it's just like scaling it out and being able to really build this out as a business so that you're not stuck in it, but you can work on the business and again, build the business around your life and not just have your life be only the business. So links in there if you're interested. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Patrick, for the invitation. Yulia mentions, hey, awesome. Thanks for the follow. Hope you got a ton of value. If you want to chat more, yeah, just message me on the DMs there. Cool. Happy Tuesday. You guys are great. I'll see you for the ones that are signed up anyway at the Saturday event. I'm back in town. So see y'all. You guys are awesome. Glad everyone got some value, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.